It's been nearly 2 years since the release of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and considering how there's a new Call of Duty every year, it can be pretty hard to play previous games and decide which ones are still worth playing. So I figured with the new COD on the horizon, I should revisit Modern Warfare and let you guys know if it's still worth buying in 2021. Also, I won't be going over Warzone in this video, as that's practically a different game in its entirety, and I'd rather save that for its own video, so let me know if you'd like to see that. But anyways, back to Modern Warfare. The general opinion on this game, I'd say, is pretty good and positive overall, which is not very common for COD these days, but a lot of people like this game and still play it. It's very easy to still find games for any mode, and the player base is still as strong as ever. It may not still have the thriving player base of Warzone, but even compared to Black Ops Cold War, the game is still doing very well for itself, despite being nearly 2 years old. The gunplay in this game is extremely satisfying. The weapons feel great, and kills just feel so good. The movement is incredible, the controls feel smooth and responsive. I like the tactical sprinting, sliding, it all feels great. The game has a very quick time to kill when compared to other COD titles, which I personally think is a great thing. The earlier Modern Warfare titles were like that as well, and even though it can be annoying getting beamed without a chance to even shoot back, it makes the game even more tactical and realistic than really any other Call of Duty. And you can really tell Modern Warfare wanted to go for a more realistic, grounded feel. They even had the radar disabled when the game came out, which was obviously a huge mistake because then everyone was camping and playing the game like it was Rainbow Six Siege. Now, one of the most annoying things about the multiplayer is that a lot of players still play like this. Campers are a problem in pretty much every first-person shooter multiplayer ever, but Modern Warfare doesn't really do a whole lot to discourage camping. If anything, I'd say the game really encourages it. You can use suppressors and ghosts to stay basically always invisible on the radar with a few exceptions, and the way some of the maps are designed, like Shoot House as a prime example, make it so easy for people to just hold angles and not move. Some people play this game super obnoxiously and it's frustrating, but what can you do? It's a COD game, that's bound to happen, but I just wish they had done a little more to discourage camping in the game. In terms of the guns though, they feel really well balanced. I think the fast kill time makes almost every gun usable, with some exceptions of course, but everything melts, so it's not really like there's a definitive best gun in the game. While I was playing, I saw all kinds of loadouts, and I did so happen to be playing a lot when the new CX-9 SMG came out, and while it's strong and really fun to use, I don't think it's crazy overpowered. The snipers in this game are also a lot of fun to use if that's how you like to play. I found the Kar 98K and AX50 to be the best two snipers. So satisfying to use, although sniping is at a bit of a disadvantage since so many guns can kill you so quickly. But something I really love about this multiplayer is all the unique limited time modes. Game modes like 3 versus 3 sniping, or 12v12 search and destroy, 2v2 knife fight, infected. There's so many unique game modes, and they were a lot of fun to play. The maps are also solid in Modern Warfare. There's remastered maps from previous MW games like Shipment and Rust, for example, along with some pretty fun new maps. I found myself playing the Shipment and Shoot House 24/7 playlists a lot, and those maps were really fun to play on, but they obviously are very broken. Shipment, well, I mean, it's Shipment. You're probably going to spawn behind an enemy or be killed before you even get the chance to move out of spawn, but it's kind of what makes that map so crazy and fun. Of course, it can also be really frustrating to play on, so you might want to make sure you're not in a bad mood when coming to play Shipment. And Shoot House just has a lot of campers. There's a ton of choke points and long sight lines that make it hard to push when people are sitting with their gun mounted just watching a choke point. Spawn points are always a problem in any online shooter, especially in Modern Warfare, but it's one of those things that I don't really think can be fixed just by the way some of the maps are designed, and it honestly didn't bother me too much, except on Hardcore Shipment where you can literally get killed like 10 times in a row without even being able to move a single inch. The campaign is something I think a lot of single-player lovers enjoy about COD. They usually deliver these high-action, immersive, crazy over-the-top campaigns, and Modern Warfare is no different. It's immersive, it's action-packed, it's got thrilling combat sections, intense stealth situations, and a decent story behind it all. There was also a sniping mission that I really enjoyed. Now, if you know me, I love stealth games, so the stealth portions were by far my favorite part. There were a lot of unique stealth missions, and obviously the famous Clean House mission mission was one of my favorites, and one of the main reasons I was so excited for this campaign. There's also a lot of characters and references to some iconic characters from the Modern Warfare series, like Soap and Ghost, which are really cool. Now, is it good enough to get the game only for the campaign? I'd say probably not, but I guess it depends on the person and how cheap the game is at the time. And to me, by far, this is still the best looking COD game. Cold War doesn't look bad, but I don't think it compares to Modern Warfare. The game just looks so much cleaner and sharp. It's hard to explain, but the art style and look of the game just feels a lot better than that of Cold War's. The performance on PC is pretty decent. You still need some decent specs to run it well, but for how good it looks, I'd say the performance is solid. Modern Warfare was a huge refresh for the Call of Duty franchise, in which my opinion was starting to get a little dull and boring. But Modern Warfare piqued my interest in the series once again. Is it better than Cold War? Perhaps that's for another video, but in my opinion, Modern Warfare is definitely still worth it in 2021, and it's one of the few Call of Duty games I've returned to even after the new COD has released. So if you find it on a good sale or something and always want to try it, I definitely recommend it. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, I've made a ton of other videos like it for many different games, including Black Ops Cold War, so check the Should You Buy playlist for all of those. And if you want to see more in the future, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day.